Hi everybody! I hope you're all having a good day. I hope you're all smiling and enjoying your lovely day. In this following tutorial, I'll be showing you on how to connect Tiltify to Warudo so that way you can be able to make your charity streams a lot more fun. So you could do things like, let's say for example, if somebody donates $5, you can have 5 trucks hit at you. Or let's say for example, if somebody donates, let's say $100, you can have a disco party or something like that happening. Again, something like that could take a bit of time though, but I'm just giving examples. Your imagination's the limit. I'll be at least showing you the basics though, but don't feel limited of the basics I've shown you. Again, just a matter of preference. But I'll be showing you how to use Veasu's Tiltify plugin so you can be able to do that sort of thing. So you're going to go into the Discover tab right here. Then you're going to go into the search bar right here, and then you're going to type in Tiltify. And then you should be able to download Tiltify integration right here. Click on the subscribe button right here to make sure that you subscribe to it. And once you're done with subscribing to that, what you're going to then do is that at the bottom left right here, there should be a Tiltify button icon. Now, again, depending on the Warudo update, it may mess with some plugin UI buttons here. So if by chance you have a hard time seeing this button, try looking at the menu right here and then going into your settings. And then you just kind of scroll around until you find the Tiltify integrations. That's if the button is not appearing. And if this doesn't even appear at all, you can join the Warudo Discord server and contact Veasu, letting them know the plugin's not working. But at least for now, it should work just fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to log into Tiltify, which I'm going to log in and not show you my password, but you log in and you do not show me your password, so I will BRB real quick. And once you're done logging in with Tiltify, you should be able to see your username right here. And then you should be able to see campaign. You can be able to choose whether individual or teams, as long as you have a campaign created in Tiltify that is public. You should be able to choose the Tiltify campaign of choice. Again, you can only choose one campaign at a time, so if you happen to be running 5 Tiltify campaigns, unfortunately you'll have to choose only one. So just keep that into consideration. But otherwise though, you should be able to see your campaigns there. If by chance you just made your campaign and you don't see it on the list, try reloading campaigns. And if by chance you're still running into issues, again, you can consult Veasu regarding any issues regarding the plugin. But once you have your campaign selected, what we're going to do is we're going to utilize blueprints to our advantage to pretty much be able to use Tiltify and, again, do things like where if you donate $5, you throw 5 trucks at the VTuber or something like that. But we do need some props, of course, so that way for demonstration purposes you can follow along. Now, for my case, I'm going to recommend, because this tutorial is actually made in particular for VTuber Summer Slam here. But what you can do is that you can select on, or you can type in here VTuber, and Zenny here actually made their own converted version. Now, the prop versions I'm using in this tutorial are actually my own converted versions, just to clear up any confusion. But of course, for anyone else, there is already a public converted props here. Just go ahead and click on subscribe and you can be able to use it, especially for the VTuber Summer Slam event. So utilize that. And what you're going to do is that you're going to go into your blueprints right here. And once you're in the blueprints, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a blueprint right here. Then we're going to rename the blueprint right here, and I'm going to name this VTuber Summer Slam. But again, you can name it wherever you like. And of course, for future Warudo users, for future update, you can be able to rename the group as well for Tiltify, or whichever. And then what you're going to do is we're going to prepare an example little little thing where whenever somebody donates, regardless of the amount, it should be able to. So again, regardless the amount, it will trigger something, just so you can kind of follow along. We'll be using props again. As I told you in the Discover tab to download this. We're going to go ahead and create the prop trigger. So type in the search bar Tiltify, and then click and drag on new Tiltify donation right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to type in throw prop at character, use that. And then what we're going to do is that you're going to connect exit to enter, select your target character, then choose the prop of choice. So I'm going to choose a little seashell right here. And then you can choose your impact particle, your launch sound, which I'll choose the whoosh, and then impact sound here. And that way, again, regardless of the amount, it'll throw one prop at you. So you can press on enter right here, and you should be able to get thrown props. Now, of course, though, maybe we want to make this a bit more advanced, because again, we can go a lot more crazier with this. So I'll show you again to break it down so you can understand. What we're going to do, we're going to break the connection for that, and we're going to have it where whenever somebody donates $5, it will throw 5 of those props. And it varies from amount to amount. So if it's 100, it's 100 props. If it's one prop, it's or $1 is one prop, and you get what I mean. So we're going to do that, and this is where we're going to use the for loop node. Click and drag that in the middle. Connect exit to enter, loop body to enter here, like so. And then what we're going to do is that on donation amount, connect that to the last index right here. Set the interval to 0.03, or maybe higher depending on your preference. And then what you can do now is that you can press, again, you won't be able to press enter on the for loop though. You'll have to, again, spam click here to like test and make sure it works. But at least just know that whenever, depending on the amount, it will from here set how many props should be thrown. It'll trigger the for loop and then throw the amount of props that the person donates. Now let's say, for example, we want to randomize our prop, sound, and particle and stuff. So this is where we can actually add some a random node. So type in random, and then let's type in prop, and then you can add that here. Click and drag that. Connect the prop source to prop source, and then you can go ahead and add the props of choice here. So click on the plus there. It takes a while for me. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on preview gallery, and then I'm going to type in my stuff here. So for my case, I'm going to choose a seashell again. And then the other prop I'm going to choose after this is done loading, I'm going to then choose the little sun right here. And then once you have that, like, you can choose your random props. It could be all the VTuber Summer Slam props or something else. What you can then do is you can set on the top right here, you can type in sound, so you can have random sound. Let's make 2 of these because we have the launch sound and then the impact sound. So on collections right here, we can set this to light punches, or medium punches and heavy, just to kind of have variety of the sound. And then I'll connect this to impact sound, so impact sound source. And then on this other one, we're going to set this one to whoosh, and then connect that one to launch sound source, like that. And then last but not least, random particle. You can connect the particle source into impact particle source here, add a collection here, and select basic impact or any of the others. Let's say you can even have it where there's fireworks that could be thrown at you or something like that. So you know, you can do that. And then pretty much you can test by pressing on enter, and you can see that there's random props, there's a little sun in the shell, and there's particles too. So there you go. Wow. And that's kind of how you can kind of buff up the little throw sort of trigger thing, and you can buff up even more by doing activate ragdoll to make it where the moment you get thrown, you get yeeted. And I made a tutorial more dedicated to how to make a yeet redeem, but just to like quickly show you, you can type in the launch force, which I believe it was random vector. Yes. This one actually here, if you want to randomize the throw, because a lot of people were asking me about that, you actually use this node generate random vector, and then you just kind of type out your values here. Let's say I'm going to set this to 100, negative, hundreds, and positive. So you can do something like this, so you can have a random throw. You may want to adjust the values depending on if you want to always get constantly thrown very far or very close. So you have to like mess around with these settings. But that's how you can be able to make a randomized yeet. But do keep in mind though that when you do activate ragdoll, you are gonna have to keep in mind you're going to have to download this other thing called Floor Collider. Or what was it? Should be in props here. And yeah, so Sprite made a Floor Collider right here at the bottom. You can subscribe to this and use that, so that way you don't fall into the floor infinity. So I'll quickly show you that. You just add asset right here, and then you click on prop, and then once you have that, you go to source, preview gallery, collider, select floor collider right here, and then set the scale, let's say to 1000 by 1000 here, and then collision detection here. That way you should be able to have it where whenever you get yeeted, so let me angle myself like this, and I activate ragdoll, it should have it where I don't fall into infinity. So there you go. Just to kind of just demonstrate that. But yeah. So you can just have it like that. You can also use Feline's health bar and stuff, but that's a different tutorial. I don't want to make this tutorial way too long than I probably have. But this is just to show you like how you can make a very buffed up prop node when it comes to like Tiltify. Now, of course, though, you can do other things. So let's say, for example, you could do Tiltify and have it where somebody, let's say somebody throws water at you for every donation. So let's say, like, you know, hydrate, it's a summer charity stream, so, you know, water. So you could do target character here and do that, and then control left click to select multiple nodes here, and you can have it where whenever for every donation you have, regardless of the amount, it will throw water at you. So you could do that and adjust the settings to your liking. And then you can also do things where I'm going to do control and then V right here. And then have it where, let's say, you dance or something like that. You could do one shot overlay animation. I believe it was this one. Character, preview gallery, you can look down over here, let's see, and let's just say we can do like a little rhythm dance or something like that, some dance, and you should be able to play it like that. Again, this is assuming that you don't have any like IKs or any crazy constraints set up. And by constraints, again, I'm just mainly referring to IKs, pretty much. If you have IKs, you're gonna need a very different setup. But otherwise, for the most part, if you're a very simple setup, you should be able to do like one shot and it'll just play that one dance animation and it automatically stops for you, and so on. You could do a lot more with this, but again, only your imagination's a limit. But of course, take time experimenting Warudo. Join the Warudo Discord server for further information and assistance. But otherwise, at least I've showed you how to pretty much make it where you can dance, have water thrown at you, and have it where, based on the donation amount, it will make it where the donation amount determines how many props are thrown at you and other stuff like that. So I hope that this tutorial helps you out, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye! Thank you to all my Snowflake members. In case you don't know, I have YouTube membership, so if you want to further support this channel and what I do, then feel free to join the Snowflake members. Otherwise though, just your support means so much to me, and I appreciate every ounce of it. Either way though, with that being said though, hey goodbye everyone! I hope to see you guys next time, okay? Bye bye!